So I give you my heart.
Well, hello everyone. How are you doing today? How's the day treating you so far? I hope the day is going fantastic for you. Mine is. I am so excited to be here. I remodeled the place, so I hope that you like it so far. I did a couple of movements, and it seems that everybody liked the new changes, so I'm so excited for them. Also, thank you so much for all of the new subscribers that are here. I hope that you like the content that I have in store for you. I'm sorry that I haven't been here for a very long time. I was pretty sick, kind of like ER sick, so I am so sorry about missing a couple of weeks here. I was just trying to feel better. Actually, my entire family got sick, so we're just trying to get over that and trying to feel better. But I do appreciate your understanding, and I do appreciate all of the new subscribers that are here. I promise that I'll be more consistent. I'll try to upload as often as I am able to, hopefully every week, if not every other week, but I will be here as often as I can. And today's video is going to be a very amazing one because it's my first voiceover video after this intro. And I created this beautiful thank you card, and this particular thank you card is going to be for one of my loved ones, so it is actually pretty special. So I hope that you like it and that you enjoy the video, and without further ado, well, let's get started, shall we? Welcome. Okay, we're going to be recreating the flower that you see here with inking pads. And the inking packs that we're going to be using are the Close to My Heart exclusive inks in the shade of Sweet Leaf, Pear, Olive, Cotton Candy, and lastly, we're going to be using Bubblegum, as well as a pair of scissors, a little bit of tape, a fountain calligraphy pen, as well as a pencil, and a speedball cleaning supplies for the fountain pen, as well as the inking black ink and golden ink, as well as Winsor & Newton golden ink. We will also be needing some wipes and some tissue paper. We're also going to be using the Sweet Shops airbrush in colored gold, as well as the Auto Lock airbrush. And that's it. That's all of the supplies that we'll need. So we are going to get started with the flower. Every flower has their own code, and it comes in numbers. So number 1 is the first one that you'll need, and then it comes the number 2, of course, that goes next, and finally number 3, which is the last one. So we're going to be starting with number 1. We're going to use a little bit of tape and use it to secure it. Then we're going to use the pencil, and with the pencil we're going to put marks in those triangles that are on the side so that we can keep them aligned. Then we're going to open all of our inks and put our dabbers next to them. Then we're going to start with the shade of Sweet Leaf first, dabbing all of the leaves and dabbing in a circular motion. That way it makes it look more realistic and better shading. And now we're going to be moving to Pear, and we're going to dab in circular motion in the bottom area of the leaf, just so that it looks a little bit more realistic. It is essential that we do that. And then we're going to be moving to Olive, and with Olive we're going to go doing into the branch of the flower, and we're going to use it as well as dabbing some motions and circular motions in the bottom of the leaf. Then we're going to use Sweet Leaf again so that we can get the top of the leaves again. And then we're going to be moving to Bubblegum. With Bubblegum, we're going to be using it in the petals of the flower and circular motion all throughout, and as well as, making sure that the top of the flower leaves are a little bit lighter than the bottom leaf, just to create that effect of shadowing. And then we're going to go with cotton candy, and with cotton candy we're going to be dabbing in the bottom of the leaf, making it darker, making that shadowing effect on the petals of the flower, and making it really dark. And then we're going to take out this first piece and move on, clean it up, and make sure that everything is clean. Take the tape off and then put in the second part and align it with those triangles, and then go with bubblegum first. And we're going to be doing again dabbing into the petals of the flower, and then we're going to be making that circular motion just to make sure that the petals are being taken care of, and making sure that it looks very realistic by leaving the top very nice and neat. And we're going to move to cotton candy, and then again doing the bottom of the leaf, a lot of shadowing, making sure that it looks different. And again going back to bubblegum and putting a little bit more on the top of the petals. Then we're going to move to sweet leaf, and then doing the leaves of the flower, and again circular motion, making sure that the top and bottom are covered of all of the leaves that are remaining, as well as making sure that the shadowing of the leaf is done. And then we're going to move to Pear, and we're going to be moving in circular motion in the bottom part of the leaf, making sure that that's taken care of. And then we're going to be moving to olive, and olive is going to be the part of the branch and more closer to the branch area for the leaf. And then lastly we're going to go with again with sweet leaf and topping it off. We're going to clean off our stencil and making sure that everything is taken care of right there. And then we're going to remove it carefully with the tape, and then remove the tape, align the new third stencil, put on the tape to secure it. And then we're going to be starting with bubblegum again, and again those petals of the flower need to be dab on, making the top of the petals very lighter than the middle of the petal, and then just dab it in circular motion just so that it looks nice. And then we're going to be moving to cotton candy, and cotton candy will be the bottom of the petal of the flower, and then we're going to be moving it in circular motion to create that shadowing effect. And that should be the part that is most important, the last part. And then we're going to be moving to sweet leaf to end up the last couple of leaves, and then we're going to be moving to Pear and dabbing it a little, then moving off to olive to tap it off, and doing the last little bit of those branches and the middle parts of the leaves, and making sure that they all look good. Then we're going to clean our stencil, and we're going to make sure that it's nice and neat, because we're going to be moving now to a little bit of bubblegum, tapping it off on the top of that petal, and then we will be removing all of the stencil. And that's it, that's the result. And then we're going to clean our stencil, making sure that with all of the wipes we can clean all of those stencils real good, and making sure that they're ready for the next time. And then we're going to move on and then come back. And now we're going to be using the Sweet Shop gold color for the airbrush machine, and we're going to be putting it with 3 little drops inside of the airbrush machine, the auto lock airbrush machine, and 3 little drops we're going to put in there, and then we're going to dab it off with a little bit of water, mix it in, making sure that it's really dissolving. And then we're going to use it to airbrush our flower, and spraying that all over the flower, making sure it's nice and even, and airbrush it all along. Make sure that you don't get too close so that you don't make streaks of them. And then we're going to be using the Winsor & Newton ink, the golden ink, so that we can use it to put our pestils and as well as our stamen of the flower. So we're going to just be dabbing that in the middle and making round motions. And then we're going to clean that off and come back with the all-purpose golden ink. And I'll be putting down below affiliate links just in case you're interested in buying. I'll make a small commission, but yeah, it doesn't cost anything to you. And then I'm going to keep doing those circular motions as well as making the pastels and putting around a little bit of highlights. And then we're going to go around with the black ink and the fountain calligraphy pen. And we're going to be making sure that we test it first, but once it's ready, go ahead and go around every single edge of the petals as well as the leaves, and just go around and make sure that you get every single corner, every single intricate design that you want to put in your flower. And it will be making it look very realistic and just add a little bit of a touch. And I recommend that you also take your time, don't rush it. Make sure that you test it first in the side of your paper, just to make sure that you don't put on a little bit of ink balls inside of your petal and then you ruin the entire project. And make sure that you take your time, just don't rush it. It's better to be slow and steady for sure. And then lastly, we're gonna go around and making sure that all of the edges of the petals of the flower are done. And like I said, you take your time, be very patient and cautious with the fountain pen, because it can ruin your entire project. But like I said, it does give you a little bit of a touch. And then we're going to use the scissors to go around the petal and all of the leaves and cut it out. And we're going to put in the sentiment that has already been cut out and die cut. And then we're going to grab the card and we're going to be airbrushing it with the golden color around every corner, and we're going to refill another 3 drops in a little bit of water. We're going to mix that in and make sure that it's very well diluted. And then we're going to keep airbrushing the card around the edges, making sure that it has a really nice tone, and make sure that you are far away a little bit just so that it doesn't get too smudged. And then we're gonna be putting the flower, centering it, and seeing where we're gonna put in the sentiment. And then we're going to use the foam pads that are sticky around the flower, just to make sure that it is 3D and it looks popped up from the card. It gives it a nice effect. Then we're gonna take those off, all of the backing, and then center it and adhese it to the card. Then we're gonna use glue for the sentiment. I have this little glue that gives you a little bit at a time, and then you just move it around, make sure that it's well distributed and it doesn't give you too much, just so that it doesn't smudge too much in the card. Go around the sentiment and continue to adding the adhesive glue, and then we're going to center that and place it in the card. If it comes out a little bit, just try to take it out. It's going to dry out clear, so don't worry too much about it. And then we're going to do the same thing for the other part, adding the glue and then putting that in the card. And that's it. That's all you have to do, and making sure that it's aligned and well taken care of. And that's the end result. That is the card. I hope that you have enjoyed this tutorial and that you like, comment, and subscribe and share this video. It was a pleasure being with you today, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye-bye.